Let's be real for a sec. American cars have a reputation, and not the good kind. When you hear made in America in the auto world, your mind immediately jumps to questionable reliability, outdated interiors, and the constant threat of your transmission imploding before you even hit 100,000 miles. It's almost like American automakers are playing a twisted game of how fast can we make you regret this purchase. Here are the 7 reasons American cars are so bad they suck. Number 1. Build quality that feels like a government project gone wrong. American automakers seem to think that stuffing a big engine into a car makes up for shoddy build quality. Ever sat in a Chrysler 300? It feels like a Dodge Charger, and a rental car had a disappointing baby. Cheap plastics, squeaky panels, and buttons that feel like they were sourced from a dollar store clearance bin. And let's not forget the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Owners have practically accepted that the dashboard will start rattling before the warranty even expires. Ford isn't off the hook either. The Explorer's interior is the automotive equivalent of a sad office cubicle. Uninspired, plasticky, and somehow outdated before it even hits the dealership lot. Meanwhile, GMC thinks slapping wood grain trim into a Yukon instantly makes it luxurious. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. Number 2. Reliability. What on earth is that? If American cars had a motto, it would be good luck. Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep have consistently been among the worst ranked brands for reliability. One proof? Look no further than the Chrysler Pacifica minivan. Here's a vehicle that should be reliable because it's designed for parents who have enough to deal with. But instead, owners are met with constant electrical issues, transmission failures, and doors that randomly decide when they want to open. And then there is Ford. The EcoBoost engines, while sounding fancy, have been infamous for reliability problems. Early versions of the 3.5-liter EcoBoost in the F-150 suffered from timing chain wear, carbon buildup, and turbo failures. It's almost like Ford engineers designed these engines while blindfolded. Number 3. The infamous American transmission lottery. Buying an American car with an automatic transmission is a gamble, except the odds are worse than Vegas. Enter the infamous Ford PowerShift transmission. If you ever wanted to experience what driving with early onset arthritis feels like, the PowerShift transmission in the Ford Focus and Fiesta has you covered. Jerky shifts, hesitation, and random failures. What more could you ask for? Then there is Chrysler's 9-speed automatic transmission, which was supposed to revolutionize fuel efficiency, but instead became famous for shifting like it's having an existential crisis. This transmission can be found in vehicles like the Jeep Cherokee and the Chrysler Pacifica, both of which have frustrated owners to the point of considering horse-drawn carriages as a viable alternative. A quick one, if you're finding value so far, please subscribe for exclusive SUV buying guides and comparisons. All done? Great. Number 4. Luxury that feels like a bad joke. American automakers love to slap the word luxury on anything with leather seats. But let's be honest, American luxury is often just a bigger, more expensive disappointment. Take the Cadillac Escalade, for example. Sure, it looks flashy, but inside, it's a sea of GM parts being mediocrity. Meanwhile, the Lincoln Navigator tries hard to compete with real luxury SUVs, but ultimately, it's just a gassied-up Ford Expedition with a fancier price tag. And let's not forget the Buick Enclave. Buick has been trying to convince the world that it's a luxury brand for years, but nobody's buying it, literally. The Enclave's interior might look decent in photos, but in person, it screams rental car with extra chrome. Number 5. Resale value? You mean depreciation champion? If you love watching your money disappear, buying a new American car is the way to go. Within the first 3 years, most American cars lose value faster than a cryptocurrency during a market crash. Take the Chevrolet Malibu. Good luck getting anything from it after a few years. Even premium American cars like the Lincoln Continental depreciate so quickly they were made of melting ice. Meanwhile, trucks like the Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra have tried to hold their value. But good luck selling one when everyone knows the transmission might grenade itself at any moment. The moment you drive a new American car off the lot, it's like throwing cash into a bonfire. Number 6. The innovations no one asked for. American automakers love to throw in gimmicks instead of fixing real problems. GMC cylinder deactivation system, or if you like, active fuel management, was meant to improve fuel economy, but instead led to oil consumption issues, lifter failures, and a whole lot of angry Silverado and Suburban owners. And don't get me started on Ford's obsession with touch-sensitive controls. The My Ford touch system was so bad, it probably caused more road rage than bad drivers. People don't want a touchscreen for basic climate controls. They want buttons that actually work. Come on. Number 7. The Ford Mustang Mach-E. The car no one wanted. Let's wrap this up with one of the biggest automotive scenes in recent history. The Ford Mustang Mach-E. Ford took one of the most iconic muscle car names and slapped it on an electric crossover. Mustang purists cried. EV enthusiasts were confused. And regular consumers just shrugged. It's not a bad EV, but calling it a Mustang is like putting a Ferrari badge on a minivan. It just feels wrong. And let's not forget about build quality issues. Misaligned panels, software glitches, and questionable charging speeds make the Mach-E yet another example of why American automakers struggle to get it right. Conclusion: the legacy of mediocrity. At the end of the day, American cars aren't completely terrible. They're just consistently disappointing. Sure, they've made some improvements, looking at UC8 Corvette, but for every success, there's a fleet of overpriced, unreliable, and outdated models reminding us why American automakers struggle to compete with the Japanese and Germans. Until American manufacturers start prioritizing reliability and quality over gimmicks and marketing hype, the phrase American car will continue to be met with groans and regret. So, if you're thinking about buying an American car, just ask yourself, do I feel lucky? Because odds are, you're gonna need it. Before you go, click the video on your left to check out the 8 least reliable cars that won't even last 40,000 miles. Till next time, cheers.